Same thing, arms are kind of straight. Okay, now you return it to the ground, and then you turn this way. Yeah, and now I want you to stand up. There you go. So your chest comes up, your hips come forward, and that foot comes off. Okay. Okay, this is your finished position right there. So see how the chest kind of comes back? It's just getting your head and pelvis in a line. Yeah. Okay. Good. So just start there. So if I hold your head, you'll feel a stretch in your chest too. Actually, go ahead. Forwards. There. So everything's turning together, and you're okay. So hit the arms. Yeah, nice. So arms got to hit the ground first, and then slowly we're going to pull up there into the follow through. Good. Okay, let's watch this. So before he came down, and his body stayed down for too long. Arms are kind of yanking up there, body's like staying down. Okay, so now we got it to go. He learned how to use the arms and keep his head tall, so his head didn't dip down as much, and he's like pulling up into a taller position where he can hold his follow through better. Good. So we're looking at having consistency, right? So what we basically just learned how to do was reduce this motion, right? Learn how to stay still so we can have a better chance of hitting the same spot, and then have somewhere to go after, like up here, because now you're building a foundation of how you should move, and later on when you go to hit it harder, you just do it faster and your body knows like where to go. Hey guys, it's the Golf Saying. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we're going to work with a beginner golfer who struggles with contact, and we're going to help him out. Let's get into it. Good. Okay. You hit it and your body's still dipped though. Okay. Partly because you don't turn. So that will fix it as well. Because when we turn our body, it starts to come up. But right now you don't turn. You kind of just do this. So it forces it to dip down. So this is called our pivot. When we move our legs, our chest, and our arms together. Okay. So we're gonna hit and pivot. Okay. So the key here is, we don't want to start coming up before we hit the ground. So your priority is hit the ground, then go here. Then you do it faster. Okay? So when I do this motion, it looks like I'm swinging that way. But what I'm actually doing is going down, and then my turn pulls the club that way, okay? So we're gonna go hit, turn, versus pulling our arms this way. Okay? So I want you to hold your club out here. So imagine the golf ball was right here, okay, not on the ground. So now you're taller, okay? I want you to work around your body as if you're hitting a ball. It's kind of like baseball. Yeah. Like you're hitting the ball over here. And I want you to keep your arms straight the whole time. So the club head, your wrist, and the middle of your chest are in a straight line the whole time. So it's a straight line here. Everything straight here, everything straight here. So this is really good for when you're starting out, a really, really good drill, because it locks in your club face, so your club's not moving around all over the place. It kind of keeps it straight, so it teaches people how to do that. And it teaches people how to use their body, because most people I notice are very armsy and use their hands a lot, even though that's what we just did, but we did it to do it in a correct way. Now we're going to add the body motion to that, okay? So to learn how to turn first, I want you to do this, and I want you to go both ways. So turn your chest that way. The club is moving because you're turning your chest. Okay? It's not because you're moving your arms. Now try not to stop, just do it in one motion. Now, when you come this way, I want you to bring your right foot with you. Okay. All your weight should be in your left heel. Okay, and I want you to bring your right foot with you. Right now, you don't really use your foot much. You swing and you kind of here. We're gonna try to get you here. Okay? So go ahead. Right when you pass center, then you start to bring your foot up. Good. Nice. Turn your belt buckle with you. Good. All your weight should go in your left heel. And your right foot starts to come up off the ground. And I want it all the way like this. Yep. So we're going to get it turned where the back of your shoe is facing the wall. Okay. So in order to do that, we have to also kind of turn our hips.
Pivot our hips, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so go ahead and keep doing that. Turn. Nice. It's almost also going to feel like your right knee's coming closer to touch your left knee. Okay, yeah. Okay, that lets you bring Okay, and you want to be stable here. So I want you, when you do this now,
Yeah.
I want you to hold it for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, so hold your balance there in your follow through.
Yeah.
Good. I also want you to kind of like engage your feet more.
Yeah.
So I want you to feel like almost like your feet start your motion.
Okay.
So keep your arms straight, not tight, but like straight.
Yeah.
Okay, and feel like you're going on your right foot, and that makes you turn back, and then you go on your left foot, and that makes you turn forward. Foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Good. A little bit slower. You don't have to turn that far around. I want you to keep your head center as well. Okay. Yeah. So you're kind of right now moving like to the left.
Yeah.
So I want you to keep, yeah. So you can actually look in the mirror. So if you turn and face that way. Okay, so now obviously like here is center. So you're gonna keep your head here as you go around and around. So a common thing when we're learning how to use our body is our head moves around all over the place, our hips move around all over the place. So this is a good way to like bring the golf ball up here and just learn how to move around your body and stay centered. And then we can try to learn how to do that when we bend to the ground. So this is what we need to do to understand how to piece it together, because when we finish in our swing, we don't finish here, we're like taller, okay? So when we bend to the ground, okay, and stand back up, that's like getting in our posture and getting out. So this is actually where the finish position is, but it's over here and standing up, okay? So what I want you to do is first you're just going to do a couple of these where you just go posture, stand up, okay, posture, stand up. Then I want you to go posture, kind of just get this movement going here, and then right after you hit the ground and you're turning this way, I want you to also stand up. Okay, so we can even do it this way to exaggerate. Like you can come here, you go stand up, posture, stand up. Okay, then we could try to like hit the ground and stand up. Okay, so go ahead and try that. Same thing, arms are kind of straight. Okay, now you return it to the ground, and then you turn this way. Yeah, and now I want you to stand up. There you go. So your chest comes up, your hips come forward, and that foot comes off. Okay. Okay, this is your finished position right there. So see how the chest kind of comes back? It's just getting your head and pelvis in a line. Yeah. Okay. Good. So just start there. So if I hold your head, you'll feel a stretch in your chest too. Actually, go ahead. Forwards, forwards. There. So everything's turning together, and you're okay. If you stay in what's called flexion of your spine, you're like down here. We want to extend, okay? So the pelvis comes forward. It's literally the same. It's just standing up this way, okay? So but the key is we don't want to stand up before we hit the ball, then we miss. So we stay in our posture, and then at the end is when this motion happens, okay? Nice. Imagine you had a ball and you wanted to throw it up. You would go from here, you would go up. If you stay down here, you can't really do it, right? Yeah. Nice, dude. Sick. So all your weight is now on your left foot. It's not going backwards. It's coupled with the thought that we're not trying to come here and like scoop it, because when we do that, our weight goes backwards. Okay? So if we can learn how to hit downwards with our arms, that allows us to stay on our left side. Hit the ground. Nice, dude. See how everything's kind of going together? Yeah. So in our backswing, just going to kind of jump a little bit towards the next step on how to piece it all together. So we started with doing this because we wanted to learn how to get our hands under the ball, right? Our arms to get under. So we also talked about how when we do this, we don't want to keep continuing that motion of flicking your wrist. So we bend the wrist, we lifted the arms, so we lower the arms and we unbend the wrist. Okay, so that's how we just get back to here. Now from here, now you just learned this, so we gotta piece it. Now we gotta go like this, hit and go there. Okay, versus what you were doing was you were here, hitting and just like going there. Okay, so now we have this upwards motion with the body. Arms kind of go further out because they're going to go straighter. Okay, so we're going hit, wide, which is exactly what we did with this motion. So if we bring this whole thing up here, what we're really doing is we're hitting like this with our arms, and as soon as we hit it, we turn. Okay, that's one way for you to feel it. So you're hitting, so you hit and turn. Try to start to like go a little bit faster, more of like a swing motion. Nice, dude. So hit the arms. Yeah, nice. So arms gotta hit the ground first, and then slowly we're gonna pull up there into the follow through. Good. Okay, let's watch this. So before he came down, and his body stayed down for too long. Arms are kind of yanking up there, body's like staying down. Okay, so now we got it to go. He learned how to use the arms and keep his head tall. So his head didn't dip down as much. And he's like pulling up into a taller position where he can hold his follow through better. Good. So we're looking at having consistency, right? So what we basically just learned how to do was reduce this motion, right? Learn how to stay still so we can have a better chance of hitting the same spot, and then have somewhere to go after, like up here, because now you're building a foundation of how you should move, and later on when you go to hit it harder, you just do it faster and your body knows like where to go. Right now you can't really hit hard either, because it's just like it just stays down here, right? You're like losing potential for power. Now you're creating potential. Okay, so if you were throwing a ball, you're kind of doing this. Like now you're learning how to like get up here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And because you can go here, you can like throw it harder now. And just doing this, I want you to turn towards me. Kind of feel like your chest kind of turns more towards me. So just do a couple practice ones. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, so as you fold your arms, your chest is also turning to me a bit. And then it turns back and goes down. Okay, the key is when you turn, don't stand up. Okay. You gotta stay the same posture. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Okay, one more. See if you can also add the last part. Better? Good. Okay, try it. Stand a little closer. Yeah. Nice. So every like 5 swings, you always want to back up and take a practice swing. This is what tends to happen is we just get more tense and more tense. So we want to relax, go back to, okay, what am I actually trying to do? Right? Figure out your intention, figure out your feel, and then try it again. Nice, dude. That was a nice sound.